Hi everyone, welcome to another video, and this one is all down to getting asked a question about is there a natural fibre or hair, especially if it's a hair, you could use for the Dynamite Harry rather than use a synthetic fibre. There's 2 or 3 hairs you could probably use, but the main two that I would personally use, and I have used before, Possum. This is Possum here. A couple of pieces. I've actually got another bit here. I actually dyed. This is dyed yellow because it's a natural grey. You get a kind of olive colour coming from it, and which you probably see better in the fibre. Looks more yellow in there, but there is the olive side, and that's in this piece here. I was using it for mainly dubbing, but you have the natural. This is a light, as I say, a light piece. It was actually part of this skin I got. It was a friend sent me this piece from Australia, and so I mean I have used it in 2 or 3 flies. I did tie this pattern with it. I did a sort of darker version, this one here. I mean, believe it or not, I'll just zoom in so you can now see it. No, before I do that, I want to show you the other hair. There's a couple of hairs, as I say, that I would personally use or try. The Snowshoe rabbit. This is a half of one. The other part of it's here. I've been using it. I've used this for a fly called the Usual. It's an American gentleman that actually originally tied the Usual, and I did tie a couple of flies. I've got them here, but I'll show you them. I'll zoom in. But 2 hairs I would personally recommend for, like, I found works for the Dynamite Harry, because you've got to use the material for the body as well as the wing. Would be the Snowshoe rabbit and Possum, because these are very good for, they float extremely well, so they do. Great fibre. I mean, if you know another hair, let me know. But they're the ones I have, so I'm going to show you this one here first. This is a nice dress in here. I've got a wee bit of pink in it. Now this one's tied with a lighter piece of this here, the Possum. It's a nice light colour. As I say, I've tied 2 or 3 samples just to show you. So I've got that one. Now this is, again, it's the same piece, but certainly it's from the darker side, the darker hair, which is more the grey side, this here. And you can see quickly tied it so you could see it. I've got the hair and the body using it. No aiming point in this, no black, pink or anything in it. These high vis, I'll put this on, it's for just so you can see it, but I mean this fly is big enough, you could easily see it. Dark colour always shows up really well at certain points. You can see it in flat, especially flat water. Anyway, that's it. But you can tie, these both were parachute hackles on it. Now I did tie one, this has got the light hair, it's it there, so again this is the lighter piece. It gets a wee bit darker as you get further down sometimes, but this is this lighter piece, but there's no hackle on it, so it's more like a possum comparadon, if you want to call it. Very simple fly, as I say, quickly put it together to show you. The Usual, this is one tied with the Snowshoe rabbit. You can see, I'm using the fire orange thread, which I believe was used in some of the patterns I've ever seen. They've always tied with kind of bright orange, or for this case a fluorescent orange type thread, so I've used it on this. Again, you can see the body's not too bad. I could maybe straighten out a wee bit. So you just pull the wing down and just get more of a body shape. I have trimmed this wing a wee bit because of the fibres, but you could just slightly trim it without destroying the actual kind of natural look of the actual hair. I mean, that should float. There's a smaller one here. Again, looks okay. So I'm going to, I don't know about, I'm going to tie, I'll tie, what will I tie? I'll tie the dark version here, I'll tie this one. I mean, I could tie 3, I'll see how we go. Anyway, Hook choice, dial up to yourself. I'm using you probably see me using it a lot in the Dynamite Harry. It's actually a Nymph hook. It's a wide gape hook. I do a lot of catch and release, and I find this hook to be very good. This is a size 16. It's the Czech Nymph, as you can see, that one. Size 16 from Fulham Mill. Now I'm going to use I'm using the Fulham Mill thread at the moment as well. So they've got new thread, so throughout the winter months I'm going to be using the thread just to, I found it fit it straight in, no issues with it. The colours are really good. I like this pale yellow they call it. It's a kind of Cahill colour. It's a nice creamy yellow. I like it. It's a really nice colour. So anyway, I'm going to wax it. And this is a 70 denier twisted, as they call it. And they call it pro thread. So anyway, I'm going to show you the tie. I'll show you the dark version. So like always, start at the eye, come down to the base in line with the point of the hook. Just using a Coq de Leon fibre. This is a white Coq de Leon. It's a medium Pardo. I'm just going to bring it 90 degrees from the stem, or until I see the tips lining up, and then I just simply hold them and tear it away from the feather. Now you've got to remember, the reason I put the tail on this fly is to give them this will mix into the body as well as represent the tail, so don't be shy with the length. So come over with a turn. I usually come underneath with a quick turn, pull towards the eye, slightly opens the fibre. It locks in the actual fibre as well. That's the other reason I like doing it. And then you want to make sure that's secure. So you take a thread to the halfway mark. So I've come down to the point. I've travelled a wee bit because I've tied in the tail, but you want to put it at least on the halfway mark. Now I'm going to use the darker piece of the possum. So we're going down here. I'm going to try and straighten up the ends as good as I can. Put on enough to represent the wing. There's a lot of underfur in this, so I'm actually going to remove some of it, and I'm going to use it for the thorax. So, and there'll be enough left to tie whatever I like. As you see, ton of fibre there. I mean, you can get a lot of dubbing out of that. I mean, the length of the wing, well, I'm trying to sort of pull it out. You could try and stack it if you wish, but that's fine, I'm happy with that. So I'm going to tie this basically forward, but make sure you wax your thread here. So there's a couple of fibres quite long there, but we can nick them off. We can do our best to cut them away. So anyway, lengthwise, at least looking for a wing length round about the hook. So from this point to the back of the hook to the eye. So that's my length. Double check. Just make sure I get it where I want it. It's there. Went 3 or 4 turns or so, making sure it's secure. Now the waist, just watch your tail. You want to cut this at an angle. Now what I like to do is just sort of puff it or push the fibre towards the wing, and you'll see how that brings it down. So I come in with like a straight cut, but you need to make sure this wing's low. And then you just come in, open your scissors, come in and trim, and that'll give you a sort of basically like a tapered cut. And then if you want, you can actually thin it out a wee bit. I think I caught 1 or 2 fibre there, but it was fine. Again, make sure this is secure. So that gives that's your impression of the body. I say you can spend a wee bit more time just reducing how much fibres there, just get a nice taper. It gives a great impression of the body, and it will float. That looks fine. So there's our pile of dubbing on our desk. We can actually take some of that, tidy that area up. Just lift our fibre here. We take our thread turn in, just to sort of post up the wing, or just not so much post it, but basically push thread turns up against it and that'll help to hold it up. That's fine, that's what we want. Now hackle, I'm just using this is a grizzle hackle dyed. Now the one I'm using, I'm going to show you. Get it right there. This grizzle is called Gold Straw. Again, it's from Whiting. It's a Whiting Pro Grade saddle. It's grizzly dyed gold straw. Now it's a great colour. I like it. It's a nice colour, and it works on a few of the flies I've tied since I got that cape, or the saddle anyway. Sorry. Now what we want to do is just pull the wing back. There's one or two wee fibres I want to go forward, but we can hold them back. Now I've obviously removed some of the fibres. I've got some of the stem that then when I go to post this to form the parachute hackle, so you've got to post the hackle and the wing. So you just take the thread up, depending on how much fibre you want or how much hackle. Further up you have to go if you want it really heavy. Now I'm just going to, basically once I've posted with the hackle and the wing, obviously the hackles come up with it, and then do a turn, the next one should be under there, the next one under that, and that should be enough. Just make sure it's nice and tight. See my hackle, let's see. Now I'm going to lift this up, so I'm bringing this hackle straight down, lift all the fibres out the way. I just bring it, now threads on your side, so I just come round with my fingers, hold that, and then I just make sure it's secure. I will have caught one or two fibres doing it this way. I don't mind doing that. I can always take them out, tidy up. There's some of the wee fine hairs are there as well. So I just spend a second or two just making sure they're trimmed back. Just watch your thread. There's one just right under the eye here. I have to put it out to the side so I can see it. It's a stubborn wee fibre. It's always the same. Now we can go back to our dubbing. You could tie off at that. I'd be quite happy sometimes just to tie off at that. But I'm going to tidy it up a wee bit. Tiny bit of the Possum Underfur. Again, lift your hackle out the way. Take it up. And then come back through with your thread towards the eye. There's one fibre here. If I tried to do that, there was no way in this world I'd get a single fibre to go through the eye. Now, what I'm going to do now, a wee bit of varnish onto my thread. I'm going to whip finish. 1, 2, 3. Tighten up. Trim away. Now, I usually trim underneath just to tidy things. The wing, you have these long fibres I was telling you about. Quite long there, you can actually come in and just, I was going to half show you, I usually just take them down away from the main fibre, the fibre I was actually using as a measure. So I can take these out slightly at an angle. Without wet, I mean you're just getting that wing-like shape. So there you are, that's the dark version. So it's quite simple. If you want to use or tie this one, it's just tied much the same except that with a hackle in, but you'll find that the wing stays like a comparadun style. So it's a comparadun or a hackleless version of the Dynamite Harry using the Possum. So I'll show you the usual tied. Now the one I'm going to be tying with the Snowshoe rabbit, I'm going to be tying it with a smaller hook. In this case, the size 18 of the Czech Nymph. It's just a smaller version of the one I just used. Should have one on my desk. Yeah. Now the only difference in this one, I'm not going to put a hackle on it. I'm just going to tie the usual. This is the fly here. So it's basically like a comparadon. It's tied as the usual should in a way be. It's just a version. It's tied in the Dynamite Harry style. Remember, you can. This is the Possum version. So I quite like the Possum. It's got a nice dense looking body. It's quite mole fur like. Still going to be tying a few of these, but I'm going to use the Snowshoe. I know a lot of people like it, and it catches them lots of fish. And I say I'm going to be tying just a variant of the original that made as far as I believe, made the Snowshoe very famous, was the usual. So thread colour I'm using in this one is Fire Orange Uni in 8O. Started the eye, waxed it, come down to the point of the hook, ping off badly, ping away the waist. I'm going to use the same tail fibre. I'm going to use the crocodile on the medium Pardo. Again, bring the fibre 90 degrees out, make sure the tips are lined up and then tear it away. Tail length, you're looking, again you need some to represent the tail as well as part of the body. It mixes into the body. So we do a turn, come underneath the fibres, pull towards the eye, do a turn, 2 or 3 turns on top, work your way to the middle of the thorax in a way. Again, you want to make sure you wax your thread. So there we are, that's the position for the wing. Now the Snowshoe, where to take the fibre from. For the size of the fly, towards the heel a wee bit, you find it a wee bit thinner. You've got to bring it out. It's quite, how I usually do it, just bring it straight out, hold what I want, and then come in with my scissors, trim it. There's a lot of dubbing underfur there, we don't need all that. We tie this forward, just take out the longer fibre, it's fine. Now, so you're looking for a wing length, at least the hook, round about the hook length. Again, we pinch and loop that on the top, do 2 or 3 times, and make sure you tie it down by another 5 or 6 turns. You don't want it to move. Now this is where I've got the tail. I bring my tail down. I want to trim this at an angle to form the body. Now it's quite an unusual, normally I would hang on to it, but so I can see what I'm doing, I'm going to hold the wing down, and I'm going to come in practically with a straight cut towards the end of the material. So I got a nice body. So it's tapered at the top, and then I want to do the same, a taper cut, which is a straight cut along the sides. Do your side now. Just hold the wing out the way. See what it's like. And anything underneath, just take them out. There's 1 or 2 there. That's fine. Now, this is the underfur I took away. Just going to mix up with my fingers. Just going to blend it within my fingers to make it much easier to double in. Don't need much. I'm just lightly double in, as I say. Slide it up. See where we are. Then I'm going to come down slightly so I can tidy up the back. Don't worry if you see the fire orange thread come through, it's the reason why we're using it, so it does show through. Especially when it's wet, that will shine, as they say. See what it looks like. Slide it away a bit more up. Just going to be tight as I can. It's quite a short fibre, so it's going to not cover as well. Anyway, so then bring your wing up. It lines your dubbing front, which will help lift the wing. It'll help spread it as well. Don't tie onto the wing, you want to just use the dubbing to hold it up. Just going to lift the fibres up. There's a lot of extra long fibre there I don't want. So we trim that slight angle. Just checking I'm going to put a wee bit more dubbing in the front. And hold the wing. I just want to use this to help lift it. Post the wing. Thread in front. And then a bit of varnish on my thread. A wee bit of dubbing there. Hold the wing out of the way. Come in and whip finish. Tighten. Trim your thread away. Quick look. That looks not too bad. Just going to trim it at a slight angle underneath just to help the shape of the body. There we go. That's the usual, tied with obviously the snowshoe. We've got our possum version, this one with the hackle. Remember, you can tie one like the usual, that's the possum without the hackle, which is a great looking wee fly. This is the lighter piece and the dark piece. So anyway, there we are. And also, just before I forget, you can add in a wee bit of pink, a wee high vis. I would say that would probably suit, well, you can put them in any, to be honest with you, so you help see you. It's amazing how pink shows up when you can't see it, and especially sometimes, and usually some rough, obviously rough water, as well as some of the kind of, when you're casting at distance, you need that wee bit extra that you can see, especially casting to spooky fish. So anyway there folks, that's the two flies. The way of showing you is to put them like this together. I'll zoom out a wee bit. So anyway, that's possum and the snowshoe. Two lovely flies, tied in the Dynamite Harry style. So anyway, as I say, I hope you enjoyed the video, and like always, thanks for watching. Until next time.